suicide blonde was the color of her hair, like a cheap distraction for a new affair. She wouldn't finish before it began. Wow, you lost the plan. You wanna make her suicide blonde. Love devastation, suicide blonde. You wanna make her suicide blonde. Love devastation, suicide blonde. Stripped to the beat, with her clothes stay on. White light everywhere, but you can't see a thing. Such a squeeze, a mad sad moment. Glory to you, glory to you. Take me there. Take me there. Oh. Got some revelation, put into your hands. Save you from your misery like rain across the land. But don't you see the color of deception turning your world around again? You wanna make a suicide bomb. Love devastation, suicide bomb. You wanna make a suicide bomb. Love devastation, suicide bomb. I'm doing this mainly for Kelly, so I hope it's worth it. Might mean that I can't do a massive build-up as well. Well, g'day. Look at that. Look at that. Glows in the dark. I'm just saying, it glows in the dark. If you like what I do, if you somehow admire the 8 years I've been doing this, and the many, many hours that I've endured having to fight nasty attacks, mostly from our own side, that means anything to you, then be my guest. Go and buy some bloody merchandise, because it's quite difficult. I've really had to think about security for Sheffield, which doesn't make me too happy because Sheffield's a bit nuts, because it's also expensive. So if you like what I do, go to Let Women Speak. Get yourself the best Halloween merchandise that's available anywhere, or something else. It's nearly coming up to Harrop Day. But anyway, let's just, while we're here, let's just have a reminder. If you don't know, there's a court case in Australia. I'm on trial, and my reputation was used to discredit a woman called Moira Deeming, an MP, a very brave MP. And she's now launched a defamation suit against the same little upstart that I had an issue with earlier in the year. And he retracted, apologized, whatever he did. I can't remember. He's just too insignificant. But anyway, it's a big case. And I woke up in the middle of the night last night because I'd heard there was stuff said about me the day before. So in an Australian federal court, the shit that's been levied against me by women here, namely Women's Place, Karen St. Ingala of Smith, Ali Cisse, which is Sister Salon, the sort of batshit crazy element, rabid left-wing women, the things that they've said about me have been used against me and by extension, Moira, and by extension, every single woman that has ever come to a Let Women Speak event. Just mad things, like being interviewed by someone who might have someday sat on a bus next to someone who once sat on a bus next to someone who ate a chocolate biscuit before 9:30. It's that level of insanity. And I just want to say to all of you, I host events where anyone can speak. There's no auditions, no background checks. I don't have time for that. I don't believe in that. And when I'm talking to anybody, there's a guy that leaned in for a photo that's being used as if I've got some sort of far right connection with people in Norway. But Women's Place, which I think is an organisation, a bit like Labour Women's Declaration. I think they are set up to control the narrative by those who oppose us. It's the only thing that makes sense. Liberal Democrats. All these women that are staying in these political parties, all of them, without exception, who were staying in these political parties, even being MPs for these political parties who've basically told us they all hate us. But going back to Women's Place. Women's Place issued at least one defamatory statement about me, and that was used in a federal court today to try and discredit women who came to the Let Women Speak events in Australia, New Zealand, UK, America, France. We haven't been to France. Germany. I haven't been to Germany. Austria, Switzerland, Ireland. That's what they're doing. It's an extension of that. I mean, some of the stuff that's been read out is nuts. Like, John J6200 called you a raging bigot. Are you a raging bigot? Or some random dude with like slapped arse cheek as a username basically said something on the internet. Therefore, you must have been aware that some people think this of you on the internet. Like, really clutching at straws. Really, really clutching at straws. But I just will reiterate, I don't know most of the people that I don't know anything about most of the people that speak on the platform, and is exactly how I like it. It's not supposed to be endorsements of those people or their views. It's supposed to be a vehicle for which people can speak. And the fewer obstacles in order to let women have their voice, the better, as far as I'm concerned. And I just want you to be very, very clear. Nazi Germany didn't have free speech, which is why it ended up doing the most heinous crimes against humanity. It was because it wasn't just rules and regulations that stopped you from speaking, but you stopped being able to speak. You were self-censoring. That's how it works. It's not necessarily that you get draconian laws. It's just that one by one, they take those words away from you. And that's what's happening here. Like, if you let them calling you a Nazi or a far-right fascist or a white supremacist or whatever it is, if you let them steal all but like just one word from your tongue, if you let that, then all hell breaks loose, and then no one can speak except people that toe the party line. And the party line, as far as I'm concerned, is euthanasia, fascistic, authoritarian, cult-like mantras. So let's just remind ourselves what really upset. This was literally played in the court to say that I'm provocative and I wanted to upset the crowd. Can I just say, I absolutely do. I will not kowtow to a group of rabid, vile trans rights activists who come out to try and stop us speaking. That is exactly when I'm going to go and say, fuck you all, to all of them. Thank you for coming. Oh, you're so great. I think you're like, that's the whole thing. It's a show of strength. It's a show of like, do what you like, boys. We're still going to talk. So that's what I do. And I use words like controversial because it's supposed to be controversial to say we don't want dicks in our space. But I will, every single time, I will be sarcastic. I will be provocative. I will do those things. And I will do them again and again and again. And why? Because I bloody well want to. Because I will not be told to be silent. I will not be told that I cannot speak. I will not be told. I will not be coward. I will not be just frightened or intimidated into saying to one woman, don't come. Don't speak. Don't come. No. Fuck you all, TRAs. And anybody else that's in a fucking court trying to speak on their behalf. Anyway, so this is the provocative thing. This was actually played in a court. Can I just say also, in a federal court in Australia, no woman has a penis, no man has a vagina. There's no such thing as non-binary, and transitioning children as is profound abuse has been actually uttered by learned people in all seriousness and myself. They've played the video. And why? To show that we're wrong. Like, thank you. You're just wonderful. Thank you. Nobody lines up. They just put their hand up.
And you pick?
Yeah, because once you get a line up, it then forces me to...
No, that's fine. There's nothing else to do to help. I'll stand to the side.
Okay.
Good.
Lovely.
Good. Excellent. Well done.
Okay. Hi. Before I start, I feel like two things. One, we're going to do the respectful welcome to country. But I'm just going to stand up on those steps and I'm going to wave at all the boys that have come today. We're going to say hello, boys, to those lovely men and their cheer transers, as I like to call them, who've come along with. So I'm just going to stand up on the steps, and I think it might make them annoyed, but it's all good fun. So just one moment. Ready? Hello, boys! Hello! Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. It's so great to see you all. Little red army over there. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you. TERF. And you say it with pride and you forget that it's used against us, because actually it simply means that you don't think any woman can have a penis. Oh, what a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in, why it's almost like being a... You absolute beauties, come. There, okay, so I'm not going to do this country thing. Anyway, that's what I said, and that was supposed to be controversial. The whole thing is bonkers, really bonkers. I think we should all be quite afraid. And I actually think this court case has the capacity to do things in Australia that no other has done, but it will require some media engagement. And obviously, I mean, Moira's very rational. God, I was so tired today, but Moira is so rational and wonderful. Anyway, so the great news is that hopefully I'll be able to tell her myself in person, because I am so delighted and honoured to be speaking at CPAC in Australia. So I'll be making my way to Australia in a couple of weeks, and I'll be doing CPAC Australia, so I'll be over there. I just know how much that's going to annoy some people. And it all makes it the ever more exciting. Anyway, I booked my flights. So, look, I don't want to keep being immodest, but there is something about these things. There is something about these Let Women Speak events that I do. They just have magic about them. They just feel like they're sprinkled with fairy dust. It's just so it's incredible to be in the crowd. It's incredible. Sometimes I just sit back and I watch a woman speak, and I've told you this before. And you watch her and she's quiet and her voice is trembling, her hands are shaking. She might be holding a speech. She might apologize for what she's about to say and say that she's not a great speaker. She might do all these things before she speaks, and then she speaks, and then women hang on to her every word, and there will be women watching that no other speech has ever to touch them, like been able to touch them in the same way, and they are moved. And they feel something that they've never felt before. They feel a connection with that woman as she speaks. And that is the power of Let Women Speak. And I defy you to find anything that does that for women in that way, because I just don't think it does. I just don't know what to say to you, but it's like magic. And every woman that speaks helps to break the spell And what is the spell? It's fucking silence. It's feeling frightened. It's feeling intimidated. It's having words that are just stuck right here that you just can't bring out here. So, I'll be in Australia. If you want to come and see me, get your ticket to CPAC. There's plenty of other incredible people speaking. But I'm speaking. I'm honored to be a guest of CPAC. How many minutes before the first kind of loads of hyperventilating type threads? I look forward to them. They make me laugh my wider than it should be arse off. Anyway, if you can, like me, not actually give a shiny rat's ass about how anybody else thinks you should behave in this fight. If you want to tread your own path and do your own thing and you do it well, then I promise we will win. If you can stand up to bullies, even when those bullies are your bosses, even when they want to force your words, if you just refuse, say that word no and mean it, then I promise we'll win. And do you know why else we're going to win, ladies? Well, because I never bloody well